This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done, and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex, and I'll send you the link.
Welcome to the Power Hour.
The Monday Night Power Hour, number
89.
89.
We're getting to 100.
Damn.
Yeah, we're really close
Put
to
out
100.
the content, you guys. Hey, McKenna, I think that the This Is Emmanuel video needs to be replaced with a Come to Freedom Flippers live video.
One of the ones that's going to be edited today.
No shit.
And
That's
this
gonna
is
happen.
Emmanuel, by the way, guys.
This is Emmanuel.
This is Emmanuel.
He's doing his first flip now, so that's
Yeah, we
stuff's
gotta update
old
the video
news.
with that too.
So yes, he made 5 figures on his first wholesale
Forget
deal,
about it.
but that's not what's important. He's gonna do his very first fix and flip right now, and he's looking for partners.
I'm looking for partners, raising money, just how these 3 people have taught me. I don't
How's
know what
that
the
been
hell
going,
I'm doing.
Emmanuel? Did you go into this deal like, hey, this is a good deal. I don't have any money. I don't know what to do. How am I going to get this money? And how's that process going?
So, yeah, I mean, I was obviously still looking probably to wholesale it to someone, and I just thought, hell, I'll do it even because it just seems to make a lot of sense for me. And yeah, this is my first flip. So I'm just like, somehow I'll raise the money. I'll put it under contract. Was scrambling for the EMD. Found Mike, who is so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful for him. He gave
Mike
me the
has
EMD.
commented, there's no money out there.
and I'm gonna pay him as soon as they raise this money for the flip. He's gonna get paid $1,500 for lending me the EMD, and I'm gonna raise all the money.
How much more time do you have on your inspection period?
I think I have like probably like 5 more days or something.
Okay. She's got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Tomorrow I'm meeting with 2 investors to go look at the place. I have another one who I'm gonna hop on the call tonight. So I'm working on it. And
I gave Emmanuel a pep talk in the car on the way to the McMansion.
it was like,
Emmanuel, you gotta get your shit in order. Let's go.
so yeah, I mean, honestly, when I first, did this and I decided I was gonna do it, I was like, what now? What do I do now? And I was just like looking at these people raising money at the same time, like, I'll just do what they're doing. And yeah, that's just what's been going on. I'm really excited. I can't even grasp the idea of me doing my first flip. So I just want to preface that I've never done this and I'm going to do it and it's going to be fucking great.
So let's do some live coaching here. You're not looking for investors. You're not raising money. You're looking for a partner.
Yep.
And you want a partner who's got a different skill set than you have. Your skill set is finding the great deal of a lifetime. You're going to be able to manage the renovation. So you need your partner's skill set to be that they've gone out and made a whole bunch of money already and that they can fund this deal. That's the way this partnership 1 + 1 will equal 15.
Okay.
That's what you need, right? You're looking for a partner, preferably 1, but maybe 2. You don't want to go crazy with it because you don't want to have to get them into a syndication or something like that. How are you going to buy the property? What kind of structure?
So I just replicate same thing you guys are doing, 50-50 partners.
So you're going to set up an LLC to buy the property. You're going to invite your partner to own the LLC with you. We lost a Don. Uh-oh.
He'll come back.
He'll come back. Yeah, so I'm going to set up an LLC. Everyone's going to be part of the thing. And then money gets half of the profit and work gets half of the profit.
This is a system that's tried and true, guys, right? So if you make $1, then you split the $1 with your money partner. If you lose $1, then you each lose 50 cents.
Yeah. And this is my first flip, but I'm just so down to do it that, I'm not gonna, whoever partners up with me, you're not gonna lose money. I'm gonna make sure of that.
Why are you so stoked about this deal? What are the
numbers?
numbers?
Why I'm stoked? I mean, it's it's my first one, and the numbers just are so clear to me. Like, it's the first one that's been kind of handed to me in a platter. Like, I had the comps right then and there. It was so easy to comp, and I didn't need to go out into 5 different places to look for comparables. Straight up, these are the 2 houses in the same neighborhood sold for this. This is probably how much you could get for this.
What'd they sell for?
So I had one 2.5 years ago sold for 550, which is the first one that we saw.
Yeah. It's about 3 houses down the street.
No, that's like the first one you enter, that one to the right. That's the one that sold for 550.
About three houses before your house.
And then over a little bit to the end of the thing, to the
past the house on the left.
Past our house, one sold for 600, and then another one which I found recently sold for 625 not too long ago. So I'm pretty confident I can get 650. On the low end, we're getting 620, 625.
And then the houses in the neighborhood, McKenna, you have bigger houses that have sold for a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a gated community. Guaynabo. Guaynabo is an affluent neighborhood outside of San Juan.
Yeah.
And this gated community has homes like the size of your house, 1,500 square feet, selling for that 600,000 range. It has bigger homes that are selling for
is 650 out of the question, Emmanuel, or do we think
650 is definitely in the question? I think we'd probably list it at maybe 6 something, hoping that we'd get a lower offer, probably 650, 640, 630.
So you think you list at 674?
Yeah,
you take the first reasonable offer, 650.
Yeah. And if you see the neighborhood, it's a really, really nice neighborhood. So that's why I'm so confident you can get this much for it. And it was just a straight cut deal. Like, look, these are the comps. This is what you can get it for. This is probably what you needed repairs. And I was just like,
he's got a couple of clear cut spaces that he can add into the square footage.
There's a lot of stuff that you could make it bigger.
Add about 1,100 square feet. We think we walked the other day.
Yeah.
And he can go from a 3-bedroom, 2-bath to a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a garage still. He's thinking he needs a 2-car garage. I'm not convinced of that, but
because most of the houses there have these 2, what do you call that? 2-car garage with the doors and stuff. So I'm just trying to replicate the same thing around there. I could get a 2-car garage front and back, but I guess it doesn't look as clean as maybe 2. I don't know.
I find that the garage doesn't add as much value as adding the square foot. So, but I would be careful of losing square footage to add an extra parking spot, especially when you've got outdoor parking.
Yeah. I don't think parking is a problem for sure. I just, I'm taking ideas from what I'm seeing there, right? But adding so much square feet is so much more valuable though. So I was kind of leaned into, because of him, we went and walked at the property, and he was telling me that I should definitely add it, almost all of it.
As much square footage as you can. And then the other thing is pretty cool is you can see the difference. Like, you can see the house that he's buying. It looks like it was built in the 80s, right? And then the houses that are selling for more money, they look like they were built yesterday. But they're not. They're all built in the 80s. They just have been modernized and made to look better. And you can easily do that. Like, you can take away those arches. You guys, we've got a couple of videos out there if you want to see this house.
Let me see if I can send McKenna the pictures real quick so he can pull it up. Do you have pictures for it?
I don't ever take pictures of anything.
No, he doesn't take photos, so then he doesn't.
He only takes photos of his toe as it falls off. Then sends it to the group chat. That's the only thing he ever takes photos of.
And Emmanuel, you said,
so the doctor can tell me you're gonna die.
Oh, you said
what do you think?
Sell for 600. What are you buying it for, and what are you renovating it for?
I am buying it for 330. I'm pretty confident I could fix it up for 70, 75. I'm still raising 100 though, just to be, sure.
And he's selling for 650.
And I'm selling it for 650.
That is a big spread.
And I'm very confident gonna do some of the work myself, stuff I already know how to do. I'm not gonna do this for every flip, and you guys already told me you shouldn't be doing this. But it's my first flip. I gotta get hands dirty, and I really want to get the whole experience.
I'm okay with it.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we could do. Me and my partner John, you guys met him last time.
Yep.
He's my best friend. We grew up together. We've been to the things. He's seen me go through jobs and be at work at Luma and quit my job at Luma and work here. And I convinced him to quit his job for this, and we're gonna do this. So we're gonna do the flip together, and yeah, we're all in. Like I made him go all in, and he just this week gave his 1 week notice.
He did,
and he's gonna officially quit his job he's not gonna work anymore until Saturday this week, and we're gonna do this.
So he's Saturday's his last day, and then he's a real estate investor.
And then he's a real estate investor, and he has other goals he wants to do.
Don, who's been smoking at the studio.
Oh, it is
that we've caught him. We've caught him.
We've caught him.
It's not my studio.
Take a picture right now.
I'm telling Bill Halleck.
Take a picture right now.
I'm telling
Bill. He's paranoid. He's hearing things, smelling things.
That's awesome. And so you were mentioning funding. How far into the raise are you?
I have a few people who are very interested, and we've talked about the partnership structure. I send them info, basically the same thing about the 50-50 partnerships, and I send them like an outline thing on, this if how much money you put in, this is how much you get back, depending on the price point that we sell it at. And I have 3 people who are very serious. We're just finalizing. I'm gonna go walk to the property tomorrow to talk to 2 of them, and I got 2 other that I'm going to talk to hopefully tonight or tomorrow, who have money. They know me, they've seen what I'm doing, and I had a good word put out for me from other person who's like, yeah, this guy, he's moving, he's doing stuff, talk to him. And yeah, so that's one of the things
you're trying to have your partners finalized end of day tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Wood is here, knocking on wood, that we get it finalized. But I'm always looking for,
Send the contract.
Send the contract
right away.
I need to send the contract. But if one of those doesn't finalize, I'm always looking for partners. And I think I saw someone say something in the thing, right? McKenna.
They said, "My boy, you better find that money quick." What they said. They're like, holy shit, 5 days.
Yeah.
Marco asked, how long are houses taking to sell in that area?
Taking to sell? Well, the 2 of those 3 that sold for cash, and probably a month and a half, 2 months.
So 30 days on
2 months after
between 30 to 90 days are selling.
Nice.
So I'm really confident, again, same thing, that they're gonna sell.
How long will it take you for the renovation?
I've heard. I took a contract there. He said. What was it? 65 days or something. I'm thinking probably 4 months. I don't think he'll do it in 2 months. So I'm thinking 4 to 5 months probably. And it'll probably sell for anywhere between month and a half to 3 months, 4 months.
So let's say you do a 4-month rehab and a 2-month sale. You could be in and out of this thing in 9 months.
Yeah,
that's how the math works here in Puerto Rico.
the math ain't mathin', but you understand what we're saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
4 + 2 is 9.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just ecstatic about this, and it's I'm also real excited to start making videos about it too. You're gonna see. I'm gonna document everything, guys, and you're gonna see this on the page, the Flip Flop Flipper, on YouTube. You're gonna look it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm gonna document the whole thing, because these 2, they're like, oh yeah, you do flips and stuff, and they show you what they're doing, but I'm gonna show you everything that we're gonna do.
All right. I love it. It'll be good content from
it'll be funny too.
Never done it before.
Yeah.
Versus, when I go and do it, it's just normal. Like I'm selling.
It's just another day. Yeah. Another day in the work.
And he's asking me questions, and I'm like, Scott, you just tell him this, you tell him that. Like, come on,
it's just second nature. It really is. It's just like, oh, this is what we do, right? Like, so there's not when we're giving it to you guys, and we try to be an open book. It's like second nature. So sometimes we need people to ask the questions. It's nice to watch Emmanuel do it and go from you were working a job at the start of the year. You did your first wholesale deal, and now you're doing your first flip. It hasn't even been 7-8 months.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
pretty sick.
I was at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm gonna get this 401k up, and I'm gonna start, saving up money to hopefully buy something, and that went to the trash. And we're here now. We're gonna buy our first flip with no money. We've done what 6, 7, 8 deals now, wholesale deals, sold stuff for him. Like, wow, I'm just grateful for all of you in this community. It's just been amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Here.
Guys, just a quick plug here, but if you haven't heard, we're doing an event where you can learn to do what Emmanuel just did. I mean, it's not rocket surgery. Emmanuel, how old are you? 23?
I am 23 now. 22 when I 22 when I started.
Did his first deal at 22.
Anyone can do this, is what I'm saying. And Emmanuel, you're a super sharp guy, obviously. But guys, it is not rocket surgery. People.
How
can
many
do
deals?
this.
So you
Every
did your
day
first
people
deal, which
do
we
it.
talk about all the time. How many now have you done? So you've scaled this business a bit.
It's been
dozen or
Rincon,
so?
yeah, Carolina. We did. I closed one with someone in the group, Humacao. I closed. Yeah, I think it's been like
You
Camuy.
did Gamoy with me. We've
I've
had a
done
couple
with
of
me.
other things that have almost sold that haven't sold.
They
We
fall
have a
through.
closing next week.
We have a closing next
where
week.
You're selling it and I'm lending on
And
it.
Fajardo, we have a closing next week to seller finance.
Yep.
About to close, hopefully, with this Condado deal too. Like I think with that one, we're like at 8, 9, 10, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
And first flip.
Yeah. So you're doing more than a deal a month.
So
now you're
yeah,
doing your first flip.
about a deal a month, and that's what Freedom Flipper is gonna be. So you could start what we were talking earlier. You start the easiest thing to do is learn how to find a deal, and you could be me, find deals and get paid for it, and then later you'll be Robert and Adon and me now flipping houses, and you'll learn how to do that, and you'll learn how to fund deals as well. You're gonna teach about everything, right?
We're going to give you the blueprint to have a 6-figure real estate investing business. And you can pretty much pick your path if you want to be a finder, a funder, or an operator. Can you click that on so we don't die?
Yeah, guys, you're not
AC
just
just
getting
went off
one.
and on. We forgot
You're
to have
not just
the-
getting one
one.
blueprint. You're getting a blueprint to do what Emmanuel was doing at the start of the year, finding deals. You're going to get the blueprint to operating deals, what Emmanuel's doing right now, how to find these deals, how to get them under contract, how to form an LLC, how to structure a partnership, how to raise capital, how to renovate, how to list it, how to sell it. And that's all just for operating. And then we're also going to do a blueprint on funding. So how do you put your money out there safely? And everybody knows if you're looking to go invest in capital, what's the number one rule? You don't lose money. You cannot lose money. So we want to tell you how we do it. And to be fair, I have lost money before. I bought some crypto and got straight to the gutter.
No one's ever lost money.
But the ways that I have made money and made a lot of money, that's what we're going to talk about. And it's not guaranteed to anyone, but we'll tell you what we do. And that's our promise is we're going to tell you.
It's funny you talk about
exactly
losing money in crypto. On Friday, I opened up my Coinbase wallet and I had lost $100 and something thousand inside of the wallet. It was like half of the value of the account in like 5 minutes. I was at Don's house, and then it was a crazy day. And it made me realize how much I like investing in real estate. Because even when I was investing in real estate and the market crashed, do you guys realize that in 2007, 8, 9, and 10, when everybody went broke, the market only corrected 20 or 30%? Not like these crazy corrections that you have in a 50, 60% in a day in the blockchain. And it's just, it's so nice to go to sleep at night knowing that, most of the time when you wake up in the morning, the house is still going to be there. And if it burns down overnight, as long as no one dies, you can still rebuild it. You can get insurance to pay for it. I mean, it's just a lot more peaceful way to invest, more certain. I think there's more certainty in real estate. And the other nice thing is that, like Emmanuel here, anybody can do it. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money. I don't think you can go out and buy a whole bunch of crypto without having any money. That would be a very hard thing to do.
It's really
you
timeless.
You could go buy a 300. How much you pay for that house?
$330,000
house, and raise the money to renovate it for another $100,000, and you don't have to have any money coming out of your pocket.
And again, it's real estate. It's timeless. Everyone needs a house to live in. Like, it's not gonna, if they shut off the internet tomorrow for whatever reason, you're not gonna lose all your money or whatever. Like, it's it'll be there tomorrow and after that and after that. Even after hurricanes, it'll probably still be there. Maybe
here in Puerto Rico, I mean, unless you had a wood frame house, I think
it's hard.
the houses are going to be there for the most part.
Yeah.
So guys,
Right on the ocean, maybe you get sucked out.
You maybe have some flood damage or stuff, but at the end of the day, you still have a deed for a property that you could fix up and sell it.
Yeah.
So it's
guys,
really,
I just put
really
the link
hard.
into the chat for this event. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna want to be there. If you're in Apex, you already have a ticket. You get to come for free. If you're a part of Apex, you get a general admission ticket. If you're not in Apex, well, you could just join and get the general admission ticket for free. We also have VIP tickets. We got general admission tickets. Please register now. Spots are slightly limited and they're going pretty quick. I think we're at 100 tickets sold already. So
Nice.
make sure you grab yours. If you're in Apex and you didn't get the discount code from me, just send me a message on Skool, send me a message on the WhatsApp group, and I'll send you your custom code. If you are in Apex, you also get a discount on the VIP. You get $100 off. So what is in the VIP? Also, before we move on from this segment, Dad, we were just talking about that. What's in the VIP?
I thought you were going to tell us.
No, you tell it.
He's like, I don't know, man.
So,
I
no,
let you make this stuff.
The VIP is pretty cool. So you obviously with the VIP ticket, you're going to get a video for all of the sessions for the entire 3 days. And guys, that's going to be super important because we're going to give you we're going to give you so much information over the 3 days that I'm worried about how do we give you all of the information we're going to give you. We're mapping this stuff out and it's jam packed, you guys. This is a brain dump of 28 years of being in the business, and we get asked all the time for what contracts do you use, how do you find properties, who do you talk to, do you have scripts? So this is something that has come into existence because of the questions we get through our premium group Apex, and so this is really built for our Apex group so that we can just kind of give you this blueprint so that you can go off and create a six-figure business. But in addition to what I just mentioned, we're going to have special breakout sessions and special networking time slots for the VIP people.
Between VIP and with the team members, you and us, you could talk directly to us during the event, because if you have any questions, you're also going to get priority, right? Yeah. Because you're a VIP, you're going to get priority over everyone else's questions. So that way you'll get it answered and make sure you don't have any questions after that.
And I think we're going to have some pretty cool sponsors as well. What we did with the Wealth 2.0 was that we asked anyone who came and spoke at the event, basically who were our sponsors, to give a special gift to the VIPs. And so we're going to do that again. So we're talking to those sponsors now, and as we get them lined up, we'll kind of share who they are, and then we'll ask them for something pretty cool for the VIP.
Yeah, and you're also going to get special VIP content, right? Is that right, McKenna?
Yes, you are going to get exclusive networking with us. Adon's laughing. I love it. He's like, that guy was just sending him WhatsApps. I know it. You're getting exclusive content with us in the mornings. You get to network with Robert's team, his mentors of ours, people we do business with. They'll be there. So you get exclusive networking. You also get exclusive content at the end of the day that's just for VIPs. So it's going to be awesome. And
I think on day 2 and day 3, we're going to have a couple of either breakout sessions or just extra before or after sessions. We're gonna load you up with information, guys. I think and I hope that everyone who's a part of our Apex group is going to show up. This is going to be something that we can use as for master classes moving forward. We'll all have these blueprints to talk through, and being a part of Apex after this will probably be even more valuable. Because not only will we have gone through the event and you'll get to have your questions answered at the event, but if you're a part of Apex, we'll continue to do follow-ups. Do those follow-ups. Yeah, and we teach a master class inside of that Apex group every Thursday, and I think this is going to give us a great jumping off
Yeah.
spot for the next year.
Guys, you could view this basically as a cheat sheet, right? You're gonna get literally cheat codes, bro, to be able to do everything that we're teaching you. You're gonna do finders, you're gonna get cheat codes for that, how to do operators, how to be funders. It's gonna be so in depth, it's not even funny. Like it's gonna be a lot of information. So you just be ready.
We're gonna have your head spinning and load you up with everything that you need to go out and do this business.
And if when you come out of this, you don't have enough information, you also need to be a part of Apex, so you can come and ask your questions and everything.
This is a manual with the cheat codes that he's going to be giving to you guys. Look at him. He's going to be getting it right into your face.
I would say, guys, it's as simple as this. If you went to Wealth 2.0, you know that whole 2 day was about introducing you to entrepreneurship and people that were in your shoes. And now we met anybody from 100 millionaires to billionaires in that Wealth 2.0. And all they said was take initiative. Now we're giving you the 3 days to take that initiative and make a business out of it. So don't miss out. It's definitely worth it. You know, I don't got to say any more because Emmanuel said it all. But, you know, don't miss it. The link's in the description.
And we want to fill the room up. I'd like to have, my goal is to have 1,000 people show up. I think real estate is the great equalizer. It's certainly provided me a good life. McKenna, a good life. Adon's smoking a cigar in his penthouse condo. He's got a pretty good life with 2 brand new babies. Emmanuel's starting to have the good life, guys. We want to see more people become real estate investors. We want to see more people become entrepreneurs. I believe that if you're working for a job you hate or even a job that you like that isn't providing you everything that's going to give you financial freedom, that there's a better way. And that's what we're going to try and show you here in Freedom Flippers Live. Freedom is something that's super important to us at our core. It's one of our founding thoughts is, you know, we want to be able to go where we want, do what we want, and have financial freedom. And that's why we do what we do. I mean, I'd rather work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, working for myself, but be able to go anywhere I want, whenever I want, than to have a job where I have to show up and work for someone for 40 hours and check in and be told what to do and when I can go to the bathroom and all of that.
Yeah, no,
it's just not for me. It's not the way I'm wired. And if you're not wired that way, maybe this life of entrepreneurism is for you.
Yeah, I was mentioning, I don't know if I told you this, but my friend John, who is going to quit his job, one of the things that was holding him back because he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend was like, oh, you're not going to have time for me, and blah, blah. I'm like, bro, the reason you're doing this is to take control of your time. So that's why you're going to come do this.
Emmanuel, do you have more time now or than when you were working for Luma?
10 times more time. And I spend a lot of time on the phone. I spend a lot of time doing these videos and looking at stuff with you guys. But I don't think if I was working at Luma, I would have so much time to spend with my daughter, with my wife. I think we've gone out way more than what we used to, to the movies or go to eat or whatever. Like it's crazy how you're working more, but you just have so much more time. It's not even, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just crazy.
Well, you know what happens is when you're working for yourself, when you're doing real estate like this, you have the freedom to, in the middle of the day, do whatever you need to do. Like I have a turn signal I needed replaced today. I was able to go get it replaced, take care of that. It's a chore I've been putting off. I'm like, I'll just go do it right now. Or the other day, I'm going to a wedding in a couple days. I had to go get a tux. So at 3 p.m. in the middle of a work day on like a Tuesday, I went into the Men's Warehouse, got a tuxedo, freaking good to go. You can't do that when you're sitting in an office. You show up there at 8 a.m., you leave at 6 p.m., you go home, you cook dinner, you clean your dishes, you're in bed at 9:30, and then you're up at 7 a.m. to do it again. You literally don't have any time. They suck every second.
Your time isn't your time, right? Like, no. So if you have to go and clock in, even if you work 9 to 5, I mean, you can schedule around it, but that means from 9 to 5, you're working for someone else and you're having to do the things that they want you to do. I'd rather get up at 6 a.m., work for myself till 8 p.m., and then get up the next day and do it again. But then it does give me the right and the ability to do what I want. Earlier today, we were on a phone call with one of the guys who spoke at the Wealth 2.0, and McKenna and Adon and I are all invited out to Roatan to come and look at a real estate development play that our buddy is doing. And you don't get those opportunities when you're working for Luma, or
You don't.
when you're going to the bank and clocking in and you're a teller at the bank. You get those opportunities because you're a real estate investor, and there's some opportunity that they want to show you because we could make money together. So we're going to go, and we're going to take the wives, have some fun. We're going to go and go to a beautiful island of Roatan and look at someone else's development, and they're going to invite us to participate in the deal and make some money. What the hell's better than that? And oh, by the way, Chris, he's got a freaking 60-foot yacht, and he said we can go fishing. And I was like, well, that's enough. That's good enough for me. I don't even really give a damn about your real estate. I just want to come get on your boat.
That is true. That is
Well, and
true.
guys, that happens when you tell people you're real estate investors. You just start getting opportunities. It's amazing.
And something I want to say is sometimes people hear the regular, local Puerto Rican or local, Floridian or whatever, they hear investor and they're like, wow, that just means that I'm going to invest money that I already have or whatever. No, like, you got to understand this is a business just like any other business that you got to run and have an accountant for and all that stuff. Regular business. It's not like something that you think might work. No, like, this is a way to make money and something you build off your life off, right? I just wanted to put that out there because I've heard people being like, oh, I can't become a real estate investor. I
don't have any money.
I don't have any money, or I don't know, who I don't know anyone with money who can invest in something. No, this is a business, and as like any other business, you can start with or without money depending on what you're doing. And in this case, more than any other business, yes, you can start without money, and you can make a shit ton of money doing it too. So,
absolutely, I
think the best business.
I agree with what he said. What'd you say, Don?
I think the best business is start with no money. If you go into it thinking, oh, I need $100,000 or this or that to start doing anything, you don't have proof of concept yet, to waste the money for whoever gave it to you. And
not even proof of concept. Just do it at 100%, right? If you're gonna sell hot dogs at 100%. If you want to, if you're gonna, whatever, flip cars at 100%, and you'll make money, right? And if you're gonna do real estate, doesn't matter if you have money or not. Do it at 100%. Do what I did and talk to everyone you can, and everyone that has a mouth and ears. Just talk to them and ask them about real estate, and just learn, and you'll grow in it for sure. And that's what we wanted to do with you, so you understand what it actually takes to be a real estate investor or a wholesaler or an operator or a funder. That's what we're going to teach at Freedom Flippers Live, November 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Boom. And guys, it's going to be awesome. One last time, if you're in Apex already, you already have a ticket. If you're not in Apex, you can get your ticket here. Spots are limited. Get your ticket now because it is going to sell out. And to be honest, maybe as we get closer to filling up, we'll raise the prices too. But get your ticket right now and you're locked in. Put it on your calendar.
Early bird prices.
I think, McKenna, the people in Apex, if they're not going to come, if they're not going to use their ticket, let's give them a way to give the ticket away so someone will come.
That's interesting.
I care more about getting someone to come and see it so that they can also have what I think is a pretty good life. Maybe they can find the joy in helping people to become homeowners and entrepreneurs as well. I mean, that's what I find fun. I want to fill the room with people who want to come and learn and network and do deals together. And so let's work on that. Anyone who's in Apex, if you can't make it for some reason, we'll make it easy for you.
November conference.
Invite your friends and have them come.
Virtual MC. It is virtual, and you can be anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, you want to be in your house, in your bed, in your bathroom. Do anything you want. It's virtual. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't buy a ticket for it. Just come with your phone, with your laptop, notebook, and take action and learn everything that we're going to teach. But you don't have to pay for a ticket to come on the island. You just got to be wherever you are and have some time for the thing. It's 3-day thing during the week. I think it's Monday,
When is
Tuesday, Wednesday, or is it
Thursday, I believe.
Tuesday, Wednesday?
I'll tell you. Let me look.
It is November 4th, 5th,
hand
and
thing.
6th.
It is
And guys,
the
it's gonna
Tuesday,
be-
Wednesday, Thursday, the
Tuesday,
4th, 5th, and 6th.
Wednesdays, and Thursday, 4th, 5th, and 6th of November.
People will remember just with the hands.
MCs
If
in
you don't
Puerto
remember with
Rico.
the hands,
5, 6.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. 4.
I've
5,
been doing the hand
6.
thing a lot. It's in all my videos. I love it.
So yeah, it's virtual. So please, you don't have an excuse. You really don't. And if you pay for the VIP, you're gonna have access to the recordings. So again, you do not have an excuse to not be able to learn this. Even if you don't come, you'll be able to rewatch it, and you'll have access to all the stuff that we asked and we show and the blueprints, everything.
Guys, we didn't pay Emmanuel to say any of this stuff. He's just so excited to be there.
They don't pay me for anything. What do you mean?
True. Very true.
He's a real estate investor, just like all of us. We make our money in real estate.
We make our money in
not
real
by
estate.
selling a $97 course. And I get people who go, oh, that's what he's been doing the YouTube for 4 years and 3,000 videos is so that he could ask us for $97.
Guys,
Yeah, that's what it
we're
was.
in the negative, guys. They are in the negative. We're not getting rich out of $97 or $197. No, it's not like we're not getting rich off of it. We're literally giving you value for next to nothing. If you go find this knowledge somewhere else, they're gonna charge you an eye of your face for this kind of information we're gonna give you. So just be ready for that. And yeah, I mean, I've
seen this content go for as much as a right eye.
I know
Sometimes
you have.
you can get it discounted for a left eye, but
Or maybe a left kidney too.
$97.
I'd rather pay my right eye.
$97.
It's my worst eye. Fun
Your
fact.
right eye, so you'd give up the right eye.
Oh
So
yeah, in a
It
second.
just depends. What's the price
Barely
you're gonna put on your future? Is it $97?
Well,
That's the question.
That's the
There you
question. Or $197 to get the recordings.
no. what is
MC,
it?
do I need to join
297.
Apex? For the
$297. I'm
conference?
sorry. Yeah.
No, you
Do I
can
need
get
to
your
join
ticket
Apex for the conference?
at the link right here. If you do join Apex, you get a free general admission ticket.
What
if
do you get
just
with
wanna
Apex,
come-
McKenna? What else do you get with Apex?
We don't have enough time for what else you get into Apex.
Yeah.
But
we
Apex
also don't
guys,
want to just be a sales infomercial.
No,
on Monday night
yeah,
either.
but it's really hard not to talk about it, guys. I'm living proof that Apex work. It's really hard not to talk about it, really. And again, they're not paying me, guys. I'm not getting paid to say this, but when I joined, I learned everything I know now, and you can too. But you just got to take action. Don't join. In fact, don't join the thing. It's not going to be for you. You're probably not going to show up. You're probably not going to take advantage of stuff. Really, you're probably not going to do it. So don't waste your money if you're not going to do it. But if you are that 1% that's actually going to take action, come and join and actually be a part of something great.
I like
dude,
that.
I love that. So the answer is no, you don't have to join. You just got to click this link right here. Get your ticket right now. Let's move on. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to the questions here. Edales is getting ready to sell a house. And it's a double wing or a double whammy here. Should I use a 1099 when hiring contractors? Yes.
Should you use a 1099? So in other words, are you going to pay them and make them pay taxes? Yes. I mean, that is ideally the way that you're going to go. Yes.
Standard operation.
You need to get them to fill out a W-9.
A W-9 form. Everybody's filled them out before. You
Yep.
maybe
I
see 'em
filled
as a
them out,
W-2
yeah.
I actually have one that I need to fill out right now because I've got a check pending, and they're like, "Please fill out this form so we can mail you the check." And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Basically, you want to collect their name, address, and social security number so that you can send them. If you're on the island of Puerto Rico, you send them a 480 form at the end of the year showing what you've paid them. Or if you're in the States, you'll send them a 1099 that will show you what you've paid them over the course of however long you were doing business. Unless they're going to do less than is it $500 or $600 worth of work? Then I guess you technically don't need to do this. But it's just a good practice, guys, to do this across the board for anybody that you pay. If you're going to have a legitimate business, you want to use legitimate business practices.
You know, the only people you don't have to 1099, I believe, are attorneys. They get a special rule where you don't have to 1099 them.
On the island of Puerto Rico, we have to send them a 480 form, so we make them fill it out.
Maybe that's just in the States, here in Florida at least. And guys, I could be completely wrong about that. I might just be doing it wrong.
It's not financial advice.
I know there's no exact method to get a person to buy your home after a fix, but what are more tips? And Emmanuel, you're a great person to ask this to because you're about to do this. How do you price right? How do you design? What's the location? And I'll say this. Price is the most important. Then design is the most important. And if they're looking at your house, it's in the location they want.
I would say, and it's sure it's going to be my first flip, but I can tell from wholesaling, if the price is not right, it will not move. Doesn't matter how long you have it posted. I was just talking about this like 2 days ago. There's a building in Dorado in front of the beach. They're asking for $8.8 million. It's just not worth that. It's really just not worth it. I think if you put it down for like 4 or 5, that would definitely sell way quicker. And it's been 400 days on market. It's been almost a year and a half.
It's not inside Dorado Beach East where the houses do sell for $8 million on a regular basis.
It's
outside of the gated community.
Where the beach
it's a really nice area.
It's a good area, but again, the price isn't right, so it's just not moving. I've seen this. Look with the Condado condo that you guys are buying. It was listed for $690.
90,000
now 90,000, and it was just not going to sell for that because again we saw comps and stuff isn't selling for that amount in that condition. So again, you're not going to sell something if it's not priced right, for sure. That's why it's so important to do your comps before you put something under contract or before you wholesale something or whatever, because price is so important, right? Design, I guess these guys could tell you something about design and what works for selling faster.
Floors, kitchens, bathrooms.
Floors,
the
kitchen,
things
bathrooms.
That your wife
Big 3
would ask you to change. 100%. Those are the things you should renovate.
Big 3. Honestly, that's a big 3 right there.
Design doesn't really come into play unless you're talking about $1 million projects and stuff like that, and you're changing facades. And if it's a standard house, exactly what McKenna said. Floors, kitchens, and bathrooms, and some really good paint, and you're ready to go.
And I like to do the landlord special, very neutral, and then I let the buyer design it how they want it.
White everywhere, gray maybe, black, and
there's a reason that there's that flipper aesthetic or whatever that people complain about on the internet.
Or why all the new homes are on the same color palette as well.
Color palette, same doors.
Gray and white.
They're just an easy. They sell. It's kind of,
and you can come and do whatever you want.
If you're looking at new houses built in Connecticut or Florida or Puerto Rico, there's a handful of color patterns that work really well together, and people buy them. And then if you buy your own house and you want to paint it purple polka dots, that's on you. But if you renovate a house and paint it with purple polka dots, you're less likely to attract a buyer.
You want as big of a buyer's pool as possible. And if you're painting, pink and purple walls or whatever, some people don't like that. So you're going to very much decrease your buyer's pool, and that's not what you want. You just want to move it as quick as possible. So whoever can come in and do whatever they want, and you don't have to worry about the sign. And what was the other thing she said?
So I think she was asking too how to sell the house on the back end. I've got a couple of thoughts. One, you renovate to the neighborhood that you're in, so you don't want to over renovate for the neighborhood. If you're going to sell a house for $300,000, you renovate for a $300,000 house. If you're going to sell a $650,000 house in Guaynabo, that's a different renovation than if you were going to sell a $300,000 house outside of the States.
It is.
That's a smaller house, more working class.
Yeah.
You're going to renovate to 2 different levels. I would also say putting it where most people can see it. So if you're in the States, I would hire a realtor and I'd put it on the MLS. No question about it. If I'm going to sell a house in Puerto Rico, I want to get exposure to the MLS, but the MLS is probably not the prime place.
It really isn't.
So you'll want to make sure that either you or your realtor is putting it out there on Facebook Marketplace and wherever else you can put it, Clasificados online.
Yeah, I mean, I sold your 2-unit in Carolina, and I only had it posted on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
So imagine if I had posted it somewhere else, probably sold quicker. And
you sold it pretty quick. But
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that answered that question.
Yeah, I think she said one more thing.
Guys, I have a bonus tip that I don't think we've ever talked about on this channel, or it's not in the course. It's not talked about in any master classes. I think I've just thought of something, a skill that we use that we've never told anyone before. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. When you walk into one of these disgusting houses that we like to buy, a huge skill is you need to be able to visualize what it could be, and you don't want to get stuck where it is. And that's not something everyone can do. So the reason I'm thinking about this is the reason you don't paint houses with purple polka dots is because 70-80% of people cannot imagine that house without the purple polka dots. They can't see the potential of these houses. That's a skill that you can work on. That's a skill you can get. And that's something we've never really talked about. But guys, when you're looking at these houses, you should always be visualizing and thinking about what's the highest and best use. How do I renovate to what it could be, and see that in your mind's eye? So bonus tip.
There you go.
Wow.
I'll add one more tip here and we'll move on. It's for the island of PR. Be sure you know that the realtor you're getting sells the product you have. You're not going to go get a commercial realtor to sell real estate, residential and vice versa. And some of these realtors move more than others, and they actually do have a client list. So if you're looking to sell a specific type of product like we are, like the McMansion, we're not going to go find the guy that sells $50,000 homes. We're going to go look at the people who sell the $1 million mansions all around the area.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind too.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I agree.
It's a great point.
YouTube user has a good question. He's asking about seller financing and how you secure it. How do you execute it? What's the process? So let's use the Connecticut deal that we just closed as an example of this. Guys, if you don't know, we just purchased a building in Connecticut. It's me and my dad, and it's probably the best deal I've ever done. I don't know if it's the best deal you've ever done, but the reason it's
the best seller finance deal I've ever done, I think.
And the reason it's so good is because of that seller financing. So it's $2.1 million, 13 units, and we got 11 and a half years of 0% seller financing, which is just so disgusting, guys.
That is disgusting.
It is awesome when you put that thing into a calculator and you see that you get 11 and a half years of principal pay down. It is really good. So how did that deal work? How was that secured? It's different in every area. In Connecticut, you have to use a real estate lawyer to close a transaction. So we had a real estate lawyer close a transaction for us, and they put together the mortgage. They filed the mortgage. You don't have to do seller financing that way. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Anyone else want to tag in with another one?
I mean, what's the other way here? You basically put a lien on the property, right?
So that's the first mortgage lien would be typical. That's what we did in this case.
Yep.
The seller now owns a mortgage as if he was the bank.
Oh, you could do rent to own or lease option. So it's basically the same thing. So a regular lease option, you'd pay rent, and then whatever else you pay on top of that would go to the purchase.
Yep.
But we've done it where everything you pay goes to the purchase, and it's more security for the seller because they're still owners of it. You're just getting a really long lease, and for you, it's. I mean, you could write up a lease. It's where it's safe enough for you as well, where you don't just get kicked out for whatever reason. So it's another way to do it. And I know I've also heard. I don't know if you said that the trust, like you.
Yeah, I was going to say. So in Florida, we use a land trust to own everything that we've ever bought in Florida for the last 25 years. So what that does is it will allow us to sell the beneficial interest in that land trust to the new buyer, and they will get what's called a conditional assignment of beneficial interest. And as long as they make the payments that they're required to make, they have complete control over the property. They can live in it, they can fix it, they can rent it, they can do anything they want. But as a seller or someone who often sells things with seller financing, I like the control that it gives, because it will oftentimes leave myself or my company in the place of either the trustee or the primary beneficial interest holder. So
Okay.
I'll conditionally assign my beneficial interest to the new person, but if they fail, then I can revoke that. It's a conditional assignment, and it comes back if they don't make the payments. Now, you can't do that everywhere. You can't do that in Puerto Rico.
You can do that here. Yeah.
So that's not a thing. I don't think you could do that in Connecticut either. We did end up buying the Connecticut property in a trust. It's a different kind of trust, and I don't even fully understand it yet, but we did it for asset protection, and so that, I mean, we're not going to be there, so that we can have some other people who can sign on our behalf and do things on our behalf. But Florida, if you're in Florida and any place that has a land trust, I highly suggest that you learn about them. They're a great tool for either owning real estate or selling real estate and keeping some control. So if you want to be a seller finance investor where you sell things regularly with seller financing, it's an incredible tool. And if you want to buy a whole bunch of things in Florida, it's also an incredible tool, because I might own 60 or 70 properties in Florida. And if you looked up my name, you very likely would have a real hard time figuring out what I own. So
unless you have PropStream, then it's just like
PropStream.
PropStream knows it all.
PropStream knows it all.
PropStream figured out how who has the beneficial interest.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do it, but they know it all.
Do they know it all?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to find a new way.
You know what's confusing though is PropStream, because I check, they have a hard time telling the difference between me and you and a couple other people that we work with because of the way that we own these things. So there is still some opacity. Like if you look at Robert Krager, you're getting properties that you don't own, which is kind of interesting. And you can't look you up by name either on PropStream. You have to. Well, I'll stop saying it there, but there's ways to find the portfolio, and once you find the portfolio, you can see the rest of the portfolio, but it's difficult to find it unless you already know where it is. It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the island that can only be found if you already know where it is.
I think it's gotten a lot easier too to find me since we've got a YouTube channel, and I go and take videos of houses and say, hey, look, this is what we're doing next, and so people can always find that stuff. But up until 3 or 4 years ago, we didn't used to do that.
No. Adon, how's your flip going?
They're gonna finish tomorrow.
We're gonna finish tomorrow, hopefully. It's going well. It's getting people out there is the difficult part, and then consistent is even tougher. But it's going well. We're raising money now for the Arecibo one, and starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start closing up the funding pool for the Condado flip. So it's all going very well. I thought I had 2 weeks of finishing the renovation, getting things in order, shooting 25 videos with Robert, and then I had a baby 6 days ago, and it's just like
yeah,
all that stuff's out the window.
All that shit went out the window. So, and having a baby is I thought having these 2 girls was difficult, but it's my older children that makes it very tough. These contractors are like children, and you have to be on top of them.
Hey,
that I would like, So
no, I want to add that you're able to pop out of your job real quick and have a baby because you're a real estate investor and you own your time. That's and you true. Can do these things. So yeah, just wanted to add that real quick.
If I was working at Luma and I got the call I got on Tuesday, hey, you're having a baby tomorrow. It's like, oh shit. Well, I guess mom's just gotta go have it by herself, and I'll show up at 9.
Yeah, you don't show up to Luma.
It was the same thing for me. It was horrible. Yeah.
So, Everybody's healthy.
And
Projects
what
are
about your
moving.
next flip? Is that going well too?
Yeah, the
We've
Condado
got
flip.
two great flips right now.
Yeah, we have
McKenna.
two. That's why it's like so we got Condado and Arecibo. We're closing Wednesday?
Wednesday. You said?
We're closing on Wednesday.
We're
Yeah.
closing on Wednesday. We start hopefully
That's
renovating that.
Anna's
What's
first deal.
happening? That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. What's happening on Wednesday is you're buying a great flip, and another wholesaler from our group is getting paid their first deal. And who's it with? These guys.
This is
These
not
guys.
paid advertising, guys. Again, this is just Emmanuel.
Well,
talking.
you know, we say that we do deals with people who are that find us on YouTube. We invite people to do deals with us, and it is true. And we're for a while there we weren't buying a whole lot of stuff. All of a sudden now we see a lot of deals, a lot of opportunities that popped up. So we're starting to close on some deals and doing deals with first time people or helping people to expand their business and scale. So it's a lot of fun. And building this community has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I want to add, Anna is obviously, you guys, you know, teach masterclass and everything. Anna is the first person who because I've taken a few people under my wing and, you know, taught them how to look for deals and stuff.
The Wednesday Finders.
And Anna is the first person out of all the people I've taught how to wholesale and taught how to look for deals and negotiate and do numbers, whatever. She's gonna be the first one that's closing something that I taught her how to do.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for me. Like, I know you guys are used to this, but that's way different for me. Like, obviously I'm not the one buying it, or I'm not even doing this with her, but I know she learned because she would call me, Emmanuel, I have this, what do I do now, what a contract, I don't know what to call a realtor. Like, this is her talking. It's so funny to hear her. You've heard her before, and she's like, Emmanuel, I called it, and every time she called me, I couldn't pick up. She called me again, and I would pick up and like, what's going on? How do I help you? And we just got through it. And she's closing on her first deal and making 15 grand. It's just amazing.
And you know, she only made offers on a half a dozen deals. Like we say, you got to go out there and make 100 calls and 50 offers, and then you'll get a deal. And you will if you do that. But Anna's made offers on a half a dozen deals.
She's made an offer on,
she's got a deal. That's not a ton of work that she had to put in.
I had to do way more
Anna
work.
Has thought about this stuff and
she was very
hard on it. Yeah. But it was only a half a dozen offers to get one.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta look at a bunch. You know,
you got to look at a lot of stuff and
well, and now we're talking, Anna and I, and Anna's going to go out and, you know, look at 60 more and get a few more deals. And then as soon as she tackles that and figures out how to call 50 people in a week, I'll be saying, hey, you need to call 100 people in a week. And then
that's how it goes.
That's just how it goes. Right. And we want to see Anna doing, and I've told her this, I'm really proud of her for doing her first deal. But what I'm even more excited about is watching her build a business where it's going to be able to change things for her. And so she's going to need to do 15 deals and 30 deals and 100 deals. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
The math on 100 times 15,000 a deal, guys, it's pretty exciting. And anyone could do it. Anyone could do it. Hell, maybe I need to go wholesale some more now that I'm doing that math in my head. Like, it's not that hard.
You know, it's about setting that high goal. And even if you don't reach it, all the things you learned along the way proves that the thing is working. And then you can multiply that next year and so on and so forth. So
I was talking to Josh Spoon about that just yesterday or the day before. Every time you are an entrepreneur and you try something new, even if you fail, it's still so valuable because you learned a new skill set. Like for me, for example, I first learned how to wholesale properties just like Emmanuel. Actually, my first skill set was property management. When I was 16, I got to go and put tenants in places and collect rent checks and get plumbers and solve exploding toilets, all of that good stuff. Then I learned how to wholesale properties. That was great. Then I learned how to operate these deals and buy deals, sell deals, renovate deals, do all of that. And now I've pivoted into this online stuff as well that, you know, we're doing the YouTube channel. We're doing the all of the back end stuff, like this website I keep putting up here. The reason I keep putting it up is I really like it. And I learned how to build this website I learned how to make the buttons work. I learned how to host videos, and it's surprisingly technical, where you think that it'd be pretty easy, but then you get into the nitty gritty. But every time you do something like that, you as a person have more and more value you can create. Like I can now go and create massive systems using my computer and my real estate knowledge to make businesses that someone like my dad couldn't have made 30 years ago because the technology didn't exist.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going, and you keep failing forward if you do fail at all until something strikes and you're like, oh man, I've got all of these valuable skills. Let me unleash it on the world in this unique way.
I'll tell you what I think, and I've kind of always known this and felt this way. If you start a business and the business doesn't go well, and then you go get a job, you were really not probably ever an entrepreneur. You just had an idea to start a business. If you were an entrepreneur and you started a business and it didn't go well, you would be jumping into the next thing. And that's what you see with successful entrepreneurs. All of those really wealthy, rich entrepreneurs, like our friend and my mentor, Dave Steck, he talks about failing as lessons. They don't ever have failures, they have lessons. And he'll tell you about business after business after business that started out going well, and then something changed that wasn't even had anything to do with what their business model was, and then they had to completely change. And then they thought, oh well, this next thing is the best thing since the wheel. And then something would change and they're moving on to the next thing. And they ultimately landed on doing hard money loans, and now they've done tens of thousands of these hard money loans, and they just go through life adding zeros and making more money, having fun and doing good things. But my point is, if you're going to get into this world of being an entrepreneur, you will learn lessons, and you let those skill sets that you learn from those lessons stack up, and it will make something of you. And McKenna's right. You'll have multiple ways that you can go and make money when you need to. So, I mean, McKenna, you could flip a switch tomorrow and say, hey, if you'd like, I'll build a website for you. You couldn't do that 6 or 8 months ago, right? You've got the skill set, Adon, to go and renovate a house, and you couldn't have done that 2 years ago. And Emmanuel, the same thing with you. You know, you've learned that you can wholesale things. You'll be able to use that skill set no matter where you go in any market. Like you can go all over the world and wholesale properties.
Wholesaling, I've learned how to teach people. I've learned how to, learn algorithms for social medias and stuff. And talking about failure and stuff, I just remember this quote. It's kind of cliche, but doubt killed more dreams than failure ever did.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I love
so that. It just goes to show you, like, if you probably failed a few times, just means that next time's probably going to be it, but usually doubt is what kills people from even starting most of the time. So just keep that in mind.
If you're afraid to fail and you never start because you're afraid, well, then you're fear one. And you're right. You're gonna not succeed. So, and for some people, going into business for yourself isn't for you, right? Like, so my father was a corporate man, and he had opportunities to start businesses and he never did. And he watched me have success 1,000 different times, and the very few times I could get him to go into a real estate deal, he was the most nervous guy that I ever dealt with. So he'd give me $10,000-$15,000 to go into a deal, and almost immediately he'd be worried about
where's my money.
And I'd just give it back to him and say, Dad, don't
do this again. Don't do this again.
I mean, you've seen me do this 300 times over the last couple of years, but I was built differently. I never saw security in working for someone else, because I thought, like, even if you were a government employee, the government could stop working. We're going through that now. And that for me wasn't the kind of security that I wanted. I'd prefer to look myself in the mirror and go, hey, you did this and it's succeeded or it didn't succeed, but I know who gets the credit or the blame, and I don't have to look to anybody else. And I don't have to have a handout, or I'm not climbing someone else's ladder. If I was ever climbing a corporate ladder, that's somebody else's ladder. I'd rather build my own ladder and then show people how to build their own ladder and help people build their own ladder, just like you're doing.
That's interesting because that takes me back when I used to work, regular jobs. I remember one time interviewing for something. She asked me, "What are you looking for on this job?" And one of the things I said was, "I'm just looking for a little bit of security and blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "You're not going to be secure anywhere." And that kind of stuck with me. I think that's one of the reasons I started doing this too. I was like, she's right. Like you go to sleep tonight and tomorrow you might be fired. You're not going to have a job and you have to go look for another job. So might as well do it yourself and build a thing yourself and actually learn how to do stuff instead of just, going to get a job and, getting people to tell you what to do or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't matter how high of a job or how high in the ladder you are. You could be CEO of some big company. You could get fired tomorrow, right? So yeah, you're never going to be secured unless you're doing it yourself and you have your own control.
Life is too short to waste time doing what you don't want to do. So
guys, MC just put a chat in here. He said, "Hey, is there a coupon code for the November event?" There was not, but MC, because you asked, you shall receive. I just went and created this. And guys, this is good for the next 45 minutes. So if you're watching this and use the code MC code based on this guy MC here, you'll get $20 off, but you have to use it in the next 45 minutes or it's going to go away. Typically, we don't do discounts, but I'm feeling generous tonight. So,
wow, look at that! Just ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive. We're talking about being an entrepreneur. We're talking about being a go-getter. MC asked, and my first reaction was, "No way, man!
There is no code.
There is no code.
All right, there's a code now.
I made it just for you, man. Oh, thanks. Yep. So, guys, if you want to use this code, if you want to come to the November event, it's the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. I'll put the website here in the chat. And now we have a code, MC code, that's $20 off. It's good for the next 45 minutes. If you're in Apex, you already have a ticket. So if you don't have the code and you're a member of Apex, let me know and I'll get it over to you.
Nice.
What else are we touching base on?
We could talk about that Henry's guest house thing.
No.
I'll talk about that. No.
It's not the contract. We're going to talk about it.
I won't talk about it.
Jesus. What have you learned?
Just talk about deals.
Got a secret deal. No one's allowed to know about it yet.
I got like 10 deals, guys, in the pocket. Just
it's not even ironed out yet. Man, I was like, here we go.
There we go. Hey, I got a message today, Dad. Someone was asking me about the new Monster hotel deal. I hear it's back on the market. How's that going?
What
the new Monster hotel deal. So the new Monster, you're talking about Boring Queen. It's actually an 11-unit apartment building with commercial space down below. We have had it under contract recently, and it didn't close. So now it is back on the market. And
how much are you asking?
I think we lowered the price to. That's a good question. $7.99 maybe. We were at $9.99, and I think we just lowered it to $7.99. A pretty big price drop. We're also going to put it in the auction with Central Casa Subasta on October 24th.
With a Green Monster.
Yeah, we've got the Canovenas mixed use building. We've got the Boring Queen. We have some land in Lares, some land in Canovenas, and we have a church in Arecibo, and we have the Cobians Plaza Theater. Yeah, so we got a half a dozen things in that auction.
That's going to be a big auction.
You should definitely go to that thing.
It's a virtual auction.
Oh,
yeah. Maybe we could watch that auction, you guys, and live stream that.
Oh, we should live stream the auction.
And I will tell you, I can't ever remember going to the Central Casa Subasta auction and not buying something. even when I'm not trying to buy stuff at that auction, I can't help myself, and I also can't help myself if I go to an auction, I bid on everything, so then I inevitably end up winning.
We
Every now and
will
I
if we
saw that
live stream
live
and
last time.
What's that?
I saw that live. We were just supposed to go in there and get some B-roll, and nothing else is going to happen. And all you see is Robert's just,
how's that gonna work?
100,000, 200,000. Robert's here. There you go.
It's virtual like this. I mean, so you just click the button and you bid, and you can see the faces of the other people. They do a really good job. It's not as much fun online as
That's
it
what I
is
was
in
gonna
person.
say.
In person, the auctions with Central Casa Subasta are super fun because they're ringing the bell with the cowbell whenever there's someone's going to win it. So as soon as the reserve is met, they start ringing the bell and running around, and it's loud, it's fast, it's all in Spanish.
Never been. I've never been. I want to go to one.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But it'd be cool if we live stream that and people could get to see like what are you thinking while you're looking at this, like, you know.
How could we set that up, Adon? We could do that.
We should talk to them and see how we do it. It could be done.
It could be done.
Maybe it's an Apex
We
thing,
can do that.
an Apex exclusive.
Yeah, we'll do something, maybe.
Guys, MC just got their ticket to the Freedom Flippers Live.
If he didn't, that would have been a shame.
That's pretty sick. That's awesome.
MC, thanks for signing up. Excited to see you there. It's going to be fun.
So, and guys, take advantage of that. He just saved you all $20. Anybody who hears us now can sign up.
Use actually Miriam. So,
use MC's code, MC.
MC's code. That's right. It's good for anyone for the next 41 minutes, something like that. What else do we have going on before we log off here? We just bought that building in Connecticut. That's all done. Robert, you're still buying that 52-unit apartment building. How's
I'm
that
waiting
going?
on them to tell us when we're supposed to close, and then as soon as that happens, I'll probably announce that I'm going to be looking for some funding. So I'm going to raise some money for a first mortgage that we will put on that property, and if someone wants to make what I believe is pretty damn close to passive income, really passive income, we're gonna create a first mortgage that we're gonna pay 12% interest on, and I'm gonna put my own money in it. Dave's gonna put money in it, but we might have some other people that we'll call that are inside of our group that we've done things with before.
What's that?
So, what's that?
50 units?
52 units is an apartment building. It's a heck of a deal, you guys.
It's an amazing deal. I went there. I was like, no way you're buying all of this.
I mean, yeah, it's and it's clean and nice.
It's clean
and the money comes in directly from the government. I mean,
government money. It's people who've been living there for years and years and years. Like, I don't know. I don't see how you can find something as long-term rents better than this.
I don't either. I mean, this one's pretty damn good.
Like, the only way I could see is if you had this in San Juan, maybe rents would be a little bit higher. But even then, like, this is just an amazing deal.
And the best part is that it's tax-free money. So this is all long-term housing. That means if we bring in $30,000 a month of revenue, that's $30,000 of non-taxable revenue.
What's that called? Act 182, right? You don't have to pay taxes on long-term rents.
That's Act. What is that? That's not 182.
182, no?
No.
One something. It's 100 something.
32. It's not 100.
No?
I was just looking at some 87, 82. No.
32.
I don't know.
It's for long-term rental income on the island of Puerto Rico. It's been in existence since 2011. It's not even officially an act. I think it's just more of a statute. But the island needs more housing. So if you create rental properties,
132. Act 132.
Act 132.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. Act 182 is something similar. It's also for long-term housing, and I don't know if that's available to us yet. But.
Yeah, but it's like that same building in San Juan would be worth what? 10 million?
Well,
maybe 10's too high. Maybe
it's still based on the revenue, right? So everything's a function of how much net revenue you can.
Yeah, but just off of location, you get a premium here. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and it's a big piece of land. It's 4 big buildings.
you got parking, you got
Yep.
even a communal area too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And how did you get this deal?
Our attorney called us up and said, "Hey, do you want to buy this? Come meet this lady. It's never been on the market. The family who's selling it has owned it since 1980."
Wow,
So you do have to be in the real estate elite to get these deals. Is that
you
what I'm
really
hearing?
do.
Oh.
I mean, I think that it
And where's
helps that we have
scarce?
closed on millions of dollars worth of real estate, and that's why we got the call, right? The family we're dealing with didn't want to take it to market. They didn't want to have a whole bunch of people looking at it, so we basically just came in. They wanted X amount, and we negotiated it down to Y, and now we're just waiting to close. So,
Well, that is awesome. I hope that goes well. Any other deals we're working on right now?
Don and I are buying a sub-pen house in Condado, and that's what happens, McKenna, is when you start to look for deals in Puerto Rico,
You find them?
guys, you just can't help but find these things. They are really there. I mean, for a long, long time, I had not been interested in buying more deals because we had a whole bunch of other stuff that we were finishing. Then a month or two ago, we kind of decided to flip the switch and start looking for stuff. And lo and behold, we got a couple of like tremendous flips. One of them's oceanfront in Arecibo, and this other thing in Condado. This is the very first thing that we've ever purchased in Condado because we've never seen a deal like this. But we're going to buy it for $500,000. We're going to sell it for like 1.3 or 1.4 million with a couple $100,000 renovation. So it's just a disgustingly good deal.
Yeah.
I still think we could have bought it cheaper.
Talk to that guy next to you, who just loves giving money away.
Yeah,
It's a good deal. Don't complain. You'll take it and you'll like it.
I'm complaining. Just because of that comment, another $5,000 less.
Guys, you
No,
want to
we're-
know one of the worst feelings in the world? It's when you're on the phone with someone, you've been talking to them for a while, you've just put in an hour's worth of conversing with them, and you give them an offer, and they go, "Yep, that sounds good. Send me the contract." You're like, "Oh, fuck. I just offered way too much. They would have taken half. Fuck."
Yep. 100%. That's how I always feel.
Yep. It's really good too. This building, they froze up. The building we're buying, McKenna, they've already gutted it out for us.
Yeah.
They've saved us, I
So
don't know,
much time,
$10,000 minimum on the demo.
More.
They've taken all the tile off of the walls in the bathrooms. They've taken out the kitchen. It would be an incredible amount of work for us to have to do that. And now all we have to do is go in and put it back together.
Yeah.
Assuming I don't talk everyone into knocking down walls and stuff like that. We could have one of the easiest renovations we've ever got, or Robbie likes to move a wall and then just make it super difficult. But
well, we're not
we'll
moving
see.
any walls. As far as we can
there's
tell,
a couple
we can't
walls
move
I
any
think
of
we
that.
might knock down. We don't
None of
have to
them can
move
be
them. We
moved.
just knock them down.
Nope, none of that can be moved. They're solid. It is what it is. It's a galley kitchen. It stays a galley kitchen. We're adding one wall, and we're done.
I've got something
He
else
doesn't seem happy with that. Grandpa doesn't seem happy with that.
Let's talk about Cobian's Plaza real quick, guys. We've got 42 people here watching. We need a little bit of help. We are trying to get this thing leased or someone to buy it. It is in the middle of Santurce, downtown, grade A location. So we are looking for someone that has a business that needs a ton of awesome square footage. It's a white box, ready for something to do a build out. We've been talking to people that are trying to do pickleball build outs.
That could be even indoor basketball or something. That'd be interesting.
You could do a gym, like an LA Fitness would be perfect.
Wow, they hadn't thought of that.
That's true.
An LA Fitness would be perfect.
Yeah,
there.
something like an LA Fitness. Yeah,
or
something
a
like
crunch
that.
gym, a pickleball place. We already said that. What else?
Restaurants, you could have restaurants. You could have a marketplace like in
You could
Florida.
have them all.
Yeah, in Florida, one of the like really fun things to do is to go to the downtown area of whatever town, and they'll have these massive spaces that used to be like industrial, and then they'll just have 50 different restaurant concepts, and someone will be selling antiques and someone will be selling other artsy stuff and whatever, and you'd have a marketplace. We could do that there. You could build a hotel in this building though too. You could turn it into a movie theater if you want. It used to be that.
Yep.
It's got a great zoning, so you could do pretty much what you want. And the HOA, as long as you get things approved with them, will allow you to beautify the building. So as long as you pull the permits and stuff, they'll let you poke holes in the building and make it look better. That's their criteria. If you're gonna do something to the outside of the building, it has to improve the aesthetics. And since it's a great big box with no windows, just about anything makes it look better.
Yep.
So I gotta go, guys. Have a great night. Awesome
night,
being
Adon.
here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you,
Good
Don.
night.
Oh, I can't end.
So we are looking for someone to lease those spots. If you know anyone that is in commercial real estate, if you're interested in something like that, reach
I was
out
trying
Skool.
to do the haunted house thing.
The haunted house thing would be awesome.
We've missed another year. We should
I
have
tried it.
You're a
So
little late.
at the beginning of September, I started calling kind of chains that run haunted houses here on the island. I know like 2 or 3 of them, and most of them were like almost already set up. So it was hard
should have
to.
started
start
calling
doing
them
that
in
Yeah.
January. We should start.
But you could start doing it for next year now. I mean,
You know what else you could do? You could do a big event there. You could throw a part. I mean, we have power. We can turn the lights on. We could have a big New Year's party, or we could have some kind of temporary
warehouse rave.
You could do some
rave party thing. And I'm open to whatever if you're gonna help us to make some money. So if you've got a good idea like that, we're open to it.
You think the HOA would let you have a nightclub there?
I don't know if the HOA
I
would
don't
love you
think
having
so.
a nightclub there. I don't know if they would or not, but I don't think that they would get upset with us if we did an event.
Yeah.
A big event.
Shake the building. You're gonna improve the outside by shaking all the dust off.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
guys, thanks so much for being here with this Monday Night Live. We'll see you tomorrow for our deal analysis. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, tomorrow night's called the Shark Tank. Deal analysis Shark Tank. So we need a couple of people from Apex to give us some deals to look at. Emmanuel, maybe we should go through your deal because you're looking to raise some money. We probably could talk about Adon and I's sub-penthouse deal in Condado. What else? We'll look for another couple people that might have a deal.
Yeah.
Nancy says having trouble signing up for VIP. Nancy, send me a direct message on Skool or on WhatsApp, and I'll take care of that with you.
Final thoughts, guys. Just remember that if you want to become owner of your time, you got to do something for yourself. Doesn't even have to be real estate, really. Just do something that's actually worth your time instead of going to work for someone else. Work for yourself. All right. And if you want to learn how to work for yourself in real estate, join our community, Apex, or if you don't want to join a community, just come to our event. It's a 3-day event, and it'll give you information for the rest of your life that'll give you the tools to actually build wealth in this thing we call real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm assuming that there's some people watching that haven't hit the like button. You would really be helping us out if you subscribe. To
It
the
really
YouTube
helps
channel,
with the algorithm.
But you also just hit that like button for us if you
Stop dropping like.
Stop
hit
dropping
the
like.
bell thing.
Hit the
Gary
bell
says,
for
what's
no
the ask
reason.
on Cobians? What's your asking price on Cobians?
I think it was 2.
No, we're less than. We're not less than.
I've got it here. I can pull it up for you.
We put it in the auction, so I think we dropped it under 2 million, like 1.7 or something like that. Make us an offer. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you where we're at. This is going live to the world. I'm in it for about $800,000. I'm motivated. We do seller financing. We need an offer that's probably around
Your
1.
asking price is 1.6 million.
Okay, so that makes sense. So we're asking 1.6 million. If you are an all cash offer, we're negotiable. If you want us to seller finance it, we need to be close to that number, and we can work out terms.
And if you wanted to
Probably
lease
down.
it,
We're probably looking for 30% down. But
Yeah.
again, make the offer. We're negotiable. If you've got a business model, if you want to partner on something, if you just we're pretty flexible. We like to do deals, guys. I mean, we say all the time we expand our business through partnerships. I got a great big box. There's 23,500 square feet.
You
It's
could
in an
do a lot
A
of stuff,
area,
for
A
sure.
plus area
Yeah.
in downtown San Juan.
Have 80 parkings.
It's got parking for 80 cars. You got to pay for them as you go, but parking's really cheap. It's like $4.50 a day.
Yeah.
So and you
And,
just
and
you
if
just
you
get a
want to
ticket
lease it,
and-
guys, we're looking for $15 a foot, triple net. So it's out there. We'd love to see you guys in there. Let's make some money together. All right.
All right,
Goodbye.
everybody. Good night. Don't
Thanks,
forget to hit
guys.
that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel.
Showing our thing and sign up for the event.
This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex and I'll send